Good evening. We're going to call the Board of Appeals meeting for October 11th, 2017 into order, it being 7:03. We have one member, Tom Siracusa, who can't be with us tonight. So just for the benefit of all of the applicants who are here, it looks like we have some special permits. They do need to carry a unanimous vote with one member not being here. So if you don't think your application or your petition can withstand a negative vote, you can have a right prior to the hearing to withdraw it. Just let me know and we can put it on for the next scheduled meeting, okay? First issue on the docket, first case on the docket is 917, 1017, 1117, Global Montello Group, map 71, parcel 3, 4, and 5. And I believe we have a request to withdraw those matters.
Yeah, here's the letter.
And I will read a letter into the record from the petitioner's counsel, Michael J. Newhouse, in a letter dated October 5th. Dear Ms. Larrabee, in furtherance of our telephone conversation, this correspondence serves as a request to withdraw the above referenced applications without prejudice. If the board has any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for your time and consideration. So we have a request to withdraw the applications. Do I have a motion toward that effect?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion to allow the applications to be withdrawn without prejudice. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. 4-0. Pass that down, please. Next matter on the docket is case 2317. This is a continued matter. Greg Roberts, trustee, map R, parcel of 118, to acquire a special permit in accordance with 6.6.7.7, the Groundwater Protection District, for a property located at 319A and Andover Street. And I believe this matter was continued from our July meeting, Tony?
I believe it was from July 12th. It went to our August meeting and then they continued.
Good evening, gentlemen. If you could just state your names for the record again,
Greg Roberts.
and sir.
And my name's Andy Pajasic. I work with Dana F. Perkins.
Okay. If you can just, it's been some time, I think, since we've been here. I'm not sure if all the members here were present in July when you first presented your application. Perhaps they were. I don't have a memory
Yeah,
of that.
it's been a while.
But if you can just refresh the board's,
Everybody was here.
okay, then if you could refresh the board's recollection as to what you're seeking, what, I guess you went to the planning board, what the result of that was, and what you're seeking here tonight and the reasons therefore.
Sure. So we're here tonight asking for a special permit from section 6.6.7.7, rendering impervious more than 15% or 2,500 square feet of the lot. All of the impervious area, both existing and proposed, is being captured, treated, and then infiltrated back into the ground, mitigating up to the 100-year design storm. The project itself is a proposed building and parking area located on a lot that already has an existing building. It's home to Bob's Auto Body. We have spent the last few months working with planning and engineering, working through some issues on the site, mostly related to stormwater. And we have finally resolved all issues, and we closed with planning board last week.
And what was the result of what transpired before the planning board? Update us on that.
We closed, and we're gonna, they're hoping to sign the approval next meeting.
And what's the total impervious area that you're presenting here tonight?
It's roughly 36,500.
And what percentage would that be?
It's, I think, about 65%, 60%, somewhere in there. So it's a large number, but all, like I said, all the impervious area for the entire site is being captured, treated, and infiltrated back into the ground. And not only up to the design standards set by Wilmington stormwater regulations, but just the way the lot is, the grading of the lot, it's all being infiltrated to treat up to the 100-year design storm, which is pretty unusual.
And just by way of recollection, on July 12th, the planning board, in their recommendation, upon duly made and seconded, it was unanimously voted that the planning board is currently reviewing the project through site plan review. The board recommends reducing the amount of impervious surface. Tony, do we have any updated?
I didn't get anything more from them.
The impervious area from the original site plans has been reduced slightly. We kind of came to a compromise to provide additional landscaping due to the fact that it was in the groundwater district. As you can see, there's a lot of proposed trees providing screening to the back lot.
So we don't have any formal update from planning, Tony?
No.
Okay. All right, well, I'll open it up to the board first, if there's any initial impressions, questions for the applicant.
So I guess I have a question.
Sure.
So besides the trees that were added from the last information that we have, the last layout, anything else change?
That's a different plan that I have with me. That's the one that you gave me, the last one you gave me. The other two I left in the office, because that was the last one that you.
Yeah, okay.
Is that
that's
all
the
the new
current.
changes?
Yeah, so
May
the
11th?
date
Is the one that
of
we-
September 12th.
The revised one you sent, it's on
Oh, did I, okay.
no, I just took it off the net,
Okay.
off the website.
Okay.
It's,
Oh,
the
it was
revised one says, the date on it says May 11th, and there's no revision date. Oh, wait a minute, I
In the
apologize.
bottom left corner.
I was looking on the other side. So this is 8/18/17, is that revision?
Oh, yeah, I got 8/18.
And then I get
yes.
another one. There's
Oh, okay.
a third one that I did not, I don't know if I put that up there, I'm sorry.
I have, this is what I have.
Have at it, brother. I think that's the only,
Is the
Oh,
The
landscape,
only changes from August to September were the addition of the trees.
Oh, okay, that's all.
is there,
And we changed a parking island located here. It was originally gonna be striped, and we just converted it to grass.
Okay.
in the
Oh, I
package
see what
that
you're
you
saying.
have, I didn't see, there's actually no landscape plan. Is there a landscape
The
plan
landscape plan was added in the September set.
in this set?
Yes.
yeah, this is, just so everyone understands what I'm looking at. I have a read of plans here with a letter dated September 13th, and it appears to be from the applicant, and perhaps these are the updated plans that you're referring to?
Correct.
What again is the use gonna be for? The new structure?
The use is for storage, like trucking storage, like, a friend of mine just box trucks, so he just trucks stuff in boxes, for.
Just basically
building.
warehouse storage.
More warehouse.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments from the board at this point, before I open up the public hearing? Okay, I'm gonna,
Don't we, if the intent is to vote on this, don't we usually get planning board recommendations first?
well, I guess we did, they didn't give us an updated one. The recommendation was to reduce the impervious area.
But-
The applicant has indicated what steps he has taken to reduce in whatever percentage the impervious area, but the planning board has not provided us with anything updated formally in writing.
They had agreed with us to what we,
I mean, we don't need a planning board recommendation to make a decision, but I mean, they have one, they recommended that they do a certain task.
Did they tell you anything about site plan? Is that?
we had just discussed it with them, and you had drawn up, what we had needed, and they had okayed it.
Thanks.
Knock yourself out.
Did you have to go to conservation or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And conservation's already done?
And all set with conservation as well. Yeah, that was last week as well.
We have
After we got.
have any notes from conservation? Any-
Nothing. Everything I have, I've recited to the board. While we're reviewing the updated plans, I'll open up the public hearing to any comment or questions. If anyone has any questions or wants to make a comment, please stand, identify yourself and your address, and have at it. Anyone? Seeing no one, I'm going to close the public hearing. Do you need some time, Jackie, to review the?
No, I'm good, I'm good, okay.
Do I have any further questions or comments from the board? Okay, seeing none, do I have a motion relative to the application?
I'll make a motion that we approve the permit under 6677 groundwater protection for a property located at 319A Andover Street, subject to the requirements that the planning board has given them that they basically want.
Right, but they're not going back to the planning board.
Okay, then so that's what I
This is
mean,
it.
but whatever was said there, you know what I mean, what agreement they made.
Right, the planning board was requesting that they go back to them and that they reduce the impervious area. Apparently they did. The planning board is,
All right.
they've gone through the planning board process. They're done with that. They reduced the impervious area to a degree that we can decide whether reasonable enough. And
That's for sure, certain.
do you want to make the motion just as is?
Yep, I make the motion as is, the way it's stated.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the special permit. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Approved 4-0. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, I just got confused because of the old meeting they sent us, you know what I mean?
Right, I mean, sometimes, Tony, do we get updated
Usually,
recommendations?
they usually come in with the approved site plan.
Right.
I just, obviously, they haven't given them the approved site plan yet,
Right.
so.
That's what I was just wondering, you know,
Okay.
if, whatever they gave.
Next case,
Michael's not here yet?
the applicant isn't here.
Yeah.
No.
Do we have any idea when and if the applicant is gonna be
It's been a
here?
half hour.
Well, I guess I can take a motion to recess. If you wanna take a motion to recess, we'll adjourn in about,
Because I think these people are here for it.
are you folks here for that application?
Yeah.
It would be on map 54, parcel 41.
Yeah.
We'll go on, so Glenn, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. The applicant's not here. Rather than continue it a whole another month and have everyone have to come back, why don't we take a brief recess for about 15 minutes, and we'll reconvene then. Is it okay? Okay. All right, thanks. Take a motion to recess?
I make the motion that we recess at 15.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll be in brief recess. Thank you. That's okay. We're going to reopen the meeting, and we're going to take the next petition or application on the docket of case 2817, applicants Michael Welch, map 54, parcel 41, to acquire a special permit in accordance with 6.1.6.4 to demolish a single-story dwelling and construct a two-story dwelling 8 feet from the side yard lot line, 7 feet from Glen Road, and 12 feet from Road Street for a property located at 95 Glen Road. Okay, sir, on approach. Thank you. Now, Mr. Welch, I had mentioned this at the beginning of the meeting, we're down a member. We have a
Okay.
member who had a family obligation, so you have 4 members here, which means you'd need to have a 4-0 vote on your special permit to prevail. If you prefer to have a full complement of the board, you can do that. You can withdraw it and have it taken up at the next meeting when we have 5 members, or you can, I guess, decide to roll the dice and move forward today. It's up to you.
If I defer it to the next meeting, can we discuss any of it tonight?
I would prefer not to, because then
Nothing?
we're gonna have another member
Okay,
who won't have the benefit of hearing everything you're saying here.
all
So
right.
it's up to you. I mean, I don't want you to feel prejudiced, and if you decide to come back at the next meeting when we have 5, you won't be prejudiced for having done that.
Right,
I'm just saying, but if you go forward now, you need all 4 to vote in favor to prevail.
okay.
But, sorry for clarification, but will Tom actually be able to vote since he wasn't here today?
If we don't-
Correct. If we don't open the hearing and take evidence, or I shouldn't say evidence, but if we don't take information and deliberate, then we're just continuing it. He can be here and hear the whole thing at the next meeting.
But can he vote?
Of course, yeah.
He'll be able to vote now? Okay.
Of course,
Okay.
yeah.
He'd be a voting member, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So let me just give me a minute about that then. After I submitted the plan to Tony, we put it in, and we have since done some test pits for a septic and all that, and we're waiting for a
I don't
test
want you to
pit,
get into
so-
the case.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't
thinking,
want
I'm
you
just
to get
thinking
into
out
the case.
loud, I'm just thinking out
If you
loud.
need a minute, that's fine. I mean, you didn't know that until just now. But I would prefer to either go forward or not. I don't want to take.
I would like to have a 5-member board for sure.
Okay.
End of story.
Absolutely. That's perfectly fine. So, I think it's a reasonable request. The applicant seeking, the applicant seeking a continuance to the next meeting when we have a full complement of members, so as to take advantage of, all of his rights under the voting rules.
November 8th.
8th.
That would be November 8th, Wednesday, 7 PM, here in this room. And the applicant's requesting a continuance to that date. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
We have a motion and a second to continue into the next meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Sorry about that, but I didn't want,
No, I'm sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late.
Okay, folks, we'll have this rehearing when we have full 5-member board at our next meeting on Wednesday, November 8th.
Okay.
Okay? There's nothing further on the regular agenda. We may have some housekeeping matters, which anyone's welcome to stay if they want,
Got minutes.
and we have some minutes to approve.
Give me all my stuff back. Okay, so here's the minutes of September 13th.
Should I tell you now that I won't?
4-0.
Around?
In December.
Nationals. This is
Why?
bases loaded, they just knocked
It's
them all
only so
home.
close to Christmas.
I'll be in Vermont.
Nats.
Oh, nice, nice.
Okay, what do we have, Tony? We have some minutes?
The minutes from September 13th.
Okay, we have, and those have already previously been circulated?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the minutes before us. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as written?
So, yes.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of September 13th. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Any further minutes, Tony?
That's it. We caught up last time, which is kind of good.
Hey, Tony, I had somebody ask me a question. The minutes don't go up until we vote on them, is that right? Because somebody
Right.
was asking me about minutes, like, I think we had maybe got behind a little bit, and,
Yes, and
so it's not till they get voted on that they get
yeah,
posted?
I tell people they can have them, but they're not signed minutes.
But you don't post them
The
on the
draft,
website
no.
until they're voted on?
In fact, I don't post them on the website. The town clerk does.
Okay.
Because they go down to the town clerk
I just-
when I sign them. And I don't sign them until you guys approve them.
Okay.
So it has a blank, my signature line there, but I don't sign it. It's just a thing
Any new business that we need to address or anything of an administrative housekeeping nature?
At this point, no. Like I said, I was going to give you a mini thing on how people apply to the Board of Appeals, but if you want, we can wait until Tom's here and.
I think that might be appropriate. I think anybody, including myself, would be able to benefit from that. So
You
if,
know,
I'll call it
maybe,
well, they call it a continuing legal education class, but
Yeah.
for our purposes, it'll be an update on the Board of Appeals process. You know it from the ground up, so.
And that's what it is, and it's funny because when I'm saying, well, I should start with this first, and then we can go into other stuff, like 40B.
Can you do me a favor?
All that stuff.
Make that an agenda item.
Okay.
Make
I
that
will-
an agenda item so
item.
members who get the agenda can see, and if it's something, you know,
That they wanna-
that they may not even be there for, they want to let you know, so you don't prep all for that for nothing.
Okay.
So just put it as a regular agenda item when you circulate. I think
Okay.
that would be helpful.
And I'll do that, like, when there's 5 of us.
Awesome, thank you very much. What else?
December, she's not gonna be at the meeting.
Okay.
She's letting us know now. It'll be December 13th. Do
you know
we have
what?
new stuff? I don't
You
know.
know what? I won't be at that, December 13th?
Yeah,
No, I will. January, I might have a problem, but yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be there. Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, you know, and as you know, this is it slows down a little bit, so maybe, hopefully, there won't be any
Can you
new
just do me a
business.
favor? Anybody who has I keep calling it a petition, anybody that has an application that's going forward that day, can you let them know so they're aware of the voting
Yeah.
issue before they come?
Yeah.
That way, you know, we don't have people walking out.
Well, yeah, Tom called me today. I mean, and.
But you can't help that.
I-
But
And that.
but now we
and that's
know
right.
ahead of time, so.
Right, for December, in which I knew that might be a problem for anybody, because it's very close to Christmas,
Okay.
so.
And again, just so the board knows, we've done it since we've gone to the new configuration on the board. We usually, if we have a problem, we can schedule special meetings if that accommodates people during the holidays as well. So if you can't meet on a certain night, I mean, we've
Just
done it
let
a
us
few
know.
times. We do it on a Tuesday,
As
or
long
we
as
do.
I know ahead that it can be posted 48 hours
Yep.
beforehand, we can change it from, say, the 13th to the Thursday before. But I have to be able to keep my posting in the paper and stuff like that, so.
All right.
If you know ahead of time, at least a month, let us know.
Thank you, Tony. All right, anything else from any board members? Anything else? Do I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion, we have a second, and we are adjourned as of 7:27. Thank you, folks.